Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am back with another video that shows us how to use fabric shreds. This is going to be very similar to the video I did just a few videos before this one, but I have a new twist on it and I wanted to show you. This is what I made before. Where is it? It wasn't that great. I like it much better all of a sudden. I didn't realize there were that many nice pops of color in there. You know, sometimes if you're not thrilled with something, put it aside, look at it later. So this was good. It makes a nice sturdy fabric that would be great for tote bags or, you know, a nice little rug for your cat or dog to lay on. And it was fun. But, you know, there was some difficulties, and it's also quite thready, which I know some people don't care for. But I gotta tell you, this nylon thread that I have is super fine and it is barely visible. So I have a link down below in the description box if you want to get some of that. I really like it. But this is pretty cool. And I was thinking that, you know, most of these strips that I sewed ended up with the wrong side of the fabric showing, but I see a lot of color there. Anyway, it made me think, what if I used batik scraps? Because batik is the same, most of them, on both sides. So it doesn't matter if you twist it, you're going to have all the color. And I have like a little bit of them, just a little bit. And I thought I'd give it a try. And the other thing I'm doing a little bit differently, and I think I'm going to move the camera down so you can see my needle better, is instead of like doing a lot of twisting, I'm just doing folding over, and I think that worked out great. So let's get started. You're up close and personal now. Let's just start. And I wanted to say, if you are weirded out, like with using regular fabric scraps that have a wrong side with no print, and you don't like that showing, you could always use solids because those don't have a right side, wrong side. Okay, just going to take 2 strips. Now this one's a little bit wide, so I'm going to match it up with something a little bit narrow. You could do 2 wides, 2 narrows. I don't care what you do. I do like to not have them be the same length, and because it's easier to add on another strip, one strip at a time, and not have, you know, both of them ending at the same time. Now I'm just going to do a zigzag clear. I'm doing a wide zigzag and I'm doing a long stitch zigzag, just to attach those. And now, instead of twisting like this, I'm going to just like cross over. So you want one always, you know, kind of on the short side, not necessarily this short, but if you have 2 very long strips, you're going to get tangled. So I'm going to just like fold over, fold over, fold over, fold over, and a nice, loose, long kind of fold over. And then I'm going to just zigzag all the way here. What I like is it makes the cording, we're going to call it, some places are very narrow, some places are wider. I like that. And let's go a little bit more. Now I need to attach. And there's different ways to do that. I actually, on my practice piece, even tried just gluing this with a glue stick. And that worked if you're willing to let it dry. But I think what I'm going to do, I think I tried it. Let's do a couple more turns with this guy. I'm going to start with, let's see. Do I want to start with a narrow end? No, I'm going to start with a wide end. I'm just going to go ahead. I could actually fold that because that's kind of wide. I'm just going to try to capture it there. Okay, I just wanted it attached. Now I can just keep folding over, just like I was doing. And I'm going to show you another way to attach. So let's swap out the green, just to have a color change. And I'll go with something a little wider. Let's put this kind of orangey. Another thing you can do is you can just leave a tail. Like, let's just attach. And then once it's attached, you can just start folding over, just like you were doing before. Now I have 3 little strands here going at the same time. That's okay. Now that little tail that we created, we can trim that, or you can just fold it over and sew when we start attaching the cord we're making. All right, let me just sew and make this a little bit longer. And I forgot to mention that the other reason I'm using Batik is it's not very thready. It's a tight weave. So you have color on both sides and it's a tight weave. And now we are going to start sewing this together. And I'm going to leave my tails on and just try to cover them up as we go because I like that extra little bit of color. And we're just going to lay 2 strips side by side. I have a very skinny end here and a very wide end there, and that's okay. And I'm just going to push them together, or I can overlap a little bit. I do both. And you just sew your zigzag in a way that you're catching both sides. And again, if you don't catch, you can always go back over any holes that you see in your fabric. You can go back over those later. Now see, I have a little tail here. I like to keep my tails on top if possible so I can see that I'm catching them. Well, it got caught in a very weird way, but it got caught. So you're just going to tuck things in, lay things on top of each other, and just don't worry about it. Let's go another time. And let's go again. Let's see, is that about the same? Well, it's not the same length as my practice piece. This was my practice piece, the only one I did before you. And we have this. So I'm going to join these. And I can just trim this right here. So let's look at this. Now see, there's a little bit of an end not caught here, but that's okay. If we sew it butt up against another piece, that would. If it's bothering you, then you can go ahead and just sew there. I love this. You know, I'm surprised that it's not that different than the one with regular fabric. But it is very colorful because I have colorful batiks in there. So it is not as thready. I don't know what you're seeing, but it, you know, it still can be a little thready. But I just think, let me back you up a little bit. I just think this is awesome, you guys. And I am going to stop here, but I think I've showed you, you know, enough times now, twice, how to make this fabric. And then we'll be doing some videos where we're going to be embellishing this stuff. And then, you know what? I might actually make a tote bag at some point. So subscribe and you won't miss any of that. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.